Yeah, and with that, I think we also, we've reached the bonus task, true ending all A sides, that would be done later in this stream. Just a couple hours, like 7 or 8, but we're getting there.
All right. With that, what's Reed is on the game. Okay.
Revo, you're gonna need to refresh the OBS source. No, like the bingo sync source, not your Discord stream.
All right. Sorry. Just give us a few seconds here, and we should have the board up.
All right, we've got the correct board on stream. Awesome.
Okay. Let's talk about this board. So, the question that we ask is not what's good early necessarily, but what's a good place to start. Which side of the board do we want to start on?
Well, it is important to ask what's good early. On this board, each side has a quick and early objective. All berries and start of 1A on the right, old site cassette on the bottom, grabless 2A on the left, and complete crossing without dashing on the top. So each player can start pretty early here, but if you go for all berries and start of 1A, you are sort of locking yourself into a pretty tough side of the board. If you see, there's not a lot of fast objectives over there. So like you've got all berries start of 1A, Golden Ridge, Blue Heart. But then that whole column 4 isn't too fast outside of like crossing without dashing. So I would personally be surprised to see either of these players go for the right side.
So with that said, do you expect to see crossing without dashing or old site cassette? Because I don't think we get until grabless 2A without a tick-off.
Yeah, it's very difficult for a player to get left first to force the other player to play on the right side because grabless 2A is such a long starting objective. So I think both top and bottom are pretty viable. If you start with old site cassette, then you can take all berries and start of 1A to work yourself into the middle of the board. And then you've got some options, like you can play 3A to get an objective in both row 4 and row 5. And that sort of opens up your mid game. Really, the big thing with Invasion is getting 1 or 2 objectives in your home rows or columns, and then seeing if you can work into that the middle of the board. That's really where Invasion games are won and lost. The win condition, just like Lockout, is getting 13 objectives. And it may not seem like all board states can go to 13-12, but just trust the system, it'll work. So we see Meta going for these berries, but skipping the winged when he dashes there. So I think that makes some sense. Neither player going for crossing without dashing just yet. LightningReed is likely going for an old site cassette rush, which I think is a pretty strong play.
Pretty reasonable. Especially because it kind of forces your opponent into playing crossing without dashing. It allows you to get the advantage on a lot of progress. If you do crossing without dashing right now, you're just giving your opponent the opportunity to go get old site cassette, and so you might as well go for the site cassette and come back for crossing without dashing if you lose it.
Yep. So some interesting objectives on the board that sort of synergize with old site cassette. We've got 2 binos and 4 chapters in the middle, as well as 1 bino and 5 chapters on row 2. If Reed plays 2B after getting this cassette, do they turn grabless on? Ooh, interesting. Meta can now lock out old site cassette potentially here.
Yeah,
if Reed doesn't end up going for it.
I mean, I feel like Reed still goes for it, but keeps Grabless on to have Grabless 2A in their pocket for later, right? Yeah, and sure enough, Reed goes for the cassette here.
I guess.
I don't know how Reed knows that they have a big progress advantage, but
This is
it works
interesting.
out for them.
Do they even tick this off?
Meta also has Grabless turned on right now, by the way, and
So-
Reed isn't ticking off side cassette. Oh, what? This is weird.
Both players are keeping their options open here. Meta, I really hope he knows he's behind, because if he doesn't take off old side cassette here, he's in rough shape and has to go from the right side of the board.
ZYW.
Very nice. If I'm Meta,
What?
I am taking old side cassette. Stat.
I feel like I don't understand the choice to not tick off site cassette as Reed either. I mean, I understand like in terms of invasion, like, you know, there's sometimes better and worse sides to go on, but I don't really see that on this board. Like, you have a pretty reasonable path through the center if you
The
you
left
go from
side
bottom,
of the
right?
board has really strong synergy with 3A and a lot of hard objectives. So if you can grab left side and lock your opponent into right side, you're in really good shape, which as Reed looks like what they're trying to do. But Meta, I think, not seeing an objective, really should be taking off old side cassette here.
I mean,
this
what else
may-
could Reed be going for at this point?
Nothing.
Yeah.
It is only grabless 2A that would
And
take this
Meta
off.
has had a couple of hiccups in a couple of rooms, and I think with that should not be willing to take the risk of them being behind in progress.
Yeah, with how this has been played, this could be a pretty game-defining delay. Not only that, Reed gets to take old side cassette immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, and both turn purple. Wow. This match is immediately pretty one-sided. Meta
Yeah,
getting
that's
nothing out of
huge
old
for
sight
Reed.
now.
I don't
The-
know.
it-
I see the value
we'll
out of
see.
this left side, but if your opponent just clicks on site cassette, sure, you have Grabless 2A, and then you come back for crossing without dashing, and you can tick off both, right? And that's all right. I guess it's okay because you kind of hedge your bets there, but I still feel like the top side is weak enough that you can that you don't necessarily want to make that gamble, right?
So the thing is for Reed, left side is the goal. Left side is the dream, and you hope Meta makes the same play as you but plays it slower. But the most likely thing that Meta does besides that is old side cassette. And if you get locked into top, that's honestly alright. So the heart
I guess
and
you can
3A
still
synergy.
you can still do basically the same thing. You just have to go back for crossing without dashing at some point.
Exactly. Golden Ridge Blue Heart is not that bad. Like you basically have a guaranteed Golden Ridge Blue Heart there. And that heart and 3A synergy is still mostly on the top side of the board. And so you can work your way down sort of the left in columns 1 and 2. So I think Reed playing for Grabless 2A, expecting the old side cassette tick off is honestly pretty strong. And then it opens the possibility for your opponent to just not take old side cassette and you get so much more out of it. And yeah, Meta was just not able to read the execution difference there, unfortunately.
So then where do you go as either player at the moment? I see Meta in 4A.
The counter
I guess
here
you
for
get-
Meta is likely 4A, 4B, 5B. So you've got Golden Ridge Blue Heart, Golden Ridge B-side, 2 binos and 4 chapters, 1 bino and 5 chapters, 2 keys and 5B. There's a lot of stuff in this mid game that you still can get from the right side, but it also forces you to get to Summit for some objectives on your side of the board, which can be rough.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how
And-
much time Reed spends taking on their own objectives here.
I feel like you honestly... You could have done like a Grabless Huge Mess first pass to try and get deep onto the other side of the board, right? But then you do have 2 optional Theo cutscenes as a pretty valuable objective in the middle that you don't have to commit too hard. You know that, well, now you know that Meta's in 4A and you can safely get that. You know that your huge mess order and berries and start of 3 objectives are relatively safe, but getting those opens up a lot more space on the board in terms of the second and third column.
Yeah, as Reed, it's pretty tough to get 1 Bino in 5 or anything else in that column 3. So grab this huge mess does make a lot of sense to go for on first pass here. I don't know what you're rushing. So the thing about early game invasion, right, is that for the moment, pretty much every objective is either 1, safe, or 2, not accessible. And so stuff like the progress that you normally lose out on from grab this huge mess really isn't that big of a deal here. And you gain a lot more by playing it because it gives you access to column 4, which can be
just
pretty
like
game
chess.
defining.
You got to control the center.
You really do, yeah.
You want to get your board space early. I can definitely see you going for 1 objective in column 1 here. You don't really need to go for both, which it seems like LightningReed is doing. But while you're here, it's not...
Wait!
What?
It seems like this is a 2 optional Theo cutscenes race from both players.
Oh, word?
So, well, no, Reed has access to both of them already. Never mind. They don't need to get to...
So does Meta. They both have access to cutscenes.
Well, but
right?
Meta can't tick it yet. Reed can.
Oh, right.
Cute ceiling pop from Meta there.
Crossing without dashing into 2 optional Theo cutscenes. Reed surely goes for it immediately, right?
Yeah, they probably should have gone for it earlier.
And 2 optional Theo cutscenes gets picked off blue.
There we go. That's pretty significant, I think. That is quite literally at the center of the board. Now Reed has no easy objectives in column 3. So Meta able to stay in the game here.
But it's slower, of course.
Yeah, having not done it first pass, it's a lot of time lost to go back for now.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were saying immediately on seeing that early game, is that we wanted to see the 2 optional Theo cutscenes or grab with huge miss, but unfortunate from Reed, it does give Meta a path back into this game all of a sudden.
Yeah, wow. That's massive. Like, I think, frankly, if Meta doesn't get that objective, I think he just loses. Like, I don't think there's a way for him to get to 13 at that point. But with that path into the middle of the board, he's suddenly in a pretty decent spot.
What if... Okay, I have a question. What if you play 3A now as Meta? Look for either Grabless Huge Mess or Orb and Pico.
You can't do Grabless Huge Mess, but you can do Orb and Pico.
Yeah, you can't tick that off until you get 2 more. So, but Orb and Pico is still pretty decent because it's the fastest objective for Reed to get in the second column.
Do you know what you can do on the way to Orb and Pico?
What?
3A start ARP.
Oh my god. Wait, that's actually a sick play, I think.
He can also snipe 4 blue hearts potentially by getting to Huge Mess. He's got a lot of options here. This is interesting. Right side isn't as weak as I thought.
2 optional Theo cutscenes is so huge for Meta. It opened up the board so much.
Yeah, because 1 in 5 takes so much time compared to everything else in column 3. Or, sorry, compared to 2 optional Theo cutscenes. So right now, I don't know if I like this play from Meta. Like, what does he get from this progress access? 2 keys in 5B? Like, but I don't know if he really needs a second objective in column 3 right now. Digging into columns 1 and 2 with 3A start almost feels stronger to me.
I agree. I would really like to see a 3A start play right now. In fact, I wouldn't be mad if Meta quit out like in the middle of a checkpoint to go there right now. But LightningReed going into 4A, maybe this is a
4 blue hearts play for sure.
4 blue hearts play. Yeah. And that also allows you to look for 1 Bino in 5 later.
Did Reed end up getting the blue heart in 3A? I didn't see.
Yes, they did. We also do have complete 4 A sides on the board. So once Reed gets to the center, it's pretty easy to get to that 4th row. It's just a question of if Meta can contest that, and I don't think he has an easy way to, with having not done any 3A progress at the moment. I really would like to see him in 3A though.
And additionally, if Reed can get to the 4th row, they can also get all berries to start at 1A pretty easily. So Meta does need to tick that eventually. It seems like he's sort of headed to 5B right now. At the same time, Mirror Temple A side for complete 4A sides is a play. I don't think he wins 4A sides though, because he
I don't
spent
think
so
it's
much time in
possible.
early game.
Reed
That being
takes off
said,
a delayed and huge mess order, which
yeah,
is sure. So something to consider in Invasion is that taking off objectives doesn't just signal progress towards objectives that are similar in space in Celeste, but also similar in space in the board, right? So taking off that huge mess order signals to meta that the column 2 objectives are potentially contestable for Reed again. So that's one reason why you might want to delay something like that.
yeah,
Especially
stuff
with
like
meta not having ticked anything off in a while, you could see something like Orb and Start Berries or the huge mess order get ticked off, so you don't want to delay that too much as Reed at the moment.
I think as meta, I would definitely expect 4 blue hearts here, and that is in fact what Reed is going for.
Right. Yeah, I mean 4 blue hearts is really valuable. We talked about how meta could get deeper with any of the objectives in column 2, and Reed is taking the only other short objective off the board for meta to get deeper into their territory.
Meta really needs to be taking berries at start of wood. Like, what do you gain from this delay? You really just don't gain anything.
Yeah, but you don't lose anything either, right?
You can.
I guess that's true. I mean, yeah, maybe Growler's huge mess, 4A sides, Start Berries could come out really quickly here.
If Reed skips 4A after getting a Bino, like 1 in 5 is not safe.
That too, yeah.
Reed did not do Graba's huge mess.
1 Bino in 5.
Is...
Go ahead, sorry.
Reed not doing Graba's huge mess is sort of hurting them in this mid-game play, but they're going for it now. Makes some sense. And they get to tick off nothing after that yet, but this gives Meta an opportunity.
This game would be so different if Reed got 2 optional Theo cutscenes.
It's much more one-sided for sure.
I'm not sure where you expect Meta to be. I mean, I don't know I don't know where I expect him to be.
Meta right now
I
going
see
for Mirror
him
Temple
fighting.
A side and complete 4A sides. He may be able to win this with Reed doing Graba's huge mess now. And only having Shrine unlocked, I believe.
As possible. Yeah, again, this Growlithe huge mess. If you do 2 optional Theo cutscenes first and then just do Growlithe huge mess first pass, you're in a really, really good position, right? Because you can go complete 4A sides afterwards and then come back to get your you know, or you don't even have to do complete 4A sides immediately afterwards. You go get 4 blue hearts, tick that off, tick off Growlithe's huge mess, and then tick off complete 4A sides, and you're in a great spot.
Yeah, so this Grabba's huge mess is taking in some valuable time, which may lose Reed 4A sides here. If Meta just commits to this 5A play, which it seems like he is. I don't see where else he goes. Like, I think he knows that 2 keys in 5B is not contested. Based on this play, that seems pretty safe to assume, because otherwise he'd be there for 1 Binos and 5.
Well, Reed can just skip 4A now, right? And go 5B. If the 4A sides tick off comes out, right?
Yes.
You get a Bino and skip.
Yeah, presumably they got the start Bino because they got the cassette.
Okay, then yeah. You should be free to just go 5B, potentially get 2 keys, 1 Bino and 5, and then the board is finally open for you.
There's the Grabba's huge mess tick. Meta did tick all berries at the start of 1A about a minute ago. Ooh, this is going to be tight. It's about 2 minutes, I think, for each of these players. Maybe slightly less for Meta.
I think this should be meta favored, but it's gonna be close.
We'll see what the Theo execution looks like. This is a pretty important execution check.
It's very cool to see Bingo creating races out of two players doing completely different things.
The specifics do not make sense. So to tick off an objective in a column, you have to have, like, you can never have more objectives in further columns than you have in previous ones. So like right now, Reed has 2 objectives in column 1, 2 in column 2, and 1 in column 1. So Reed cannot tick off an additional objective in column 2 right now, but they can tick off an objective in both columns 3 and 4. So that's sort of how it works. You need to build up as you get further into the board.
Imagine you're building a tower from your side of the board, and you can't build a larger floor above the current floor because you don't have any support. Something like that, yeah. That's the best metaphor I can think of, sorry. It looks like Meta is still ahead.
If he delays this, that would be catastrophic.
I don't think there's any reason to, like, especially with the Grabbler's huge mess takeoff, you know that this is the only objective that's at risk here. Maybe Ridge B side, but you
don't care about Ridge B side.
Yeah, because you're not close to getting Ridge B side, so there's no reason to bet on it being that.
Ooh, Meta getting stuck in this room here.
Oh, that could matter. Ooh. Reed having pretty good execution in Cliff Face so far. Oh man.
A death loop here would be so catastrophic for Meta. For his sake, I hope that he's able to clear these rooms cleanly. Oh no!
Why did you say that, Jax?
I have no power! I have no power over him! Don't blame me!
It's your fault.
What's it gonna turn? What's it gonna turn? It turns blue!
It turns blue!
Meta stays in the game.
Oh my god, that was scary. I blame you. I blame you 100%, Jax.
It's not my fault. Wow. They finished that at like the exact same time based on the streams.
Oh, my heart.
Reed skips into reflection. What is this for? Top route hollows? It must be. So now,
Top
as
route
Reed,
hollows.
contesting columns 4 and 5 is difficult for you.
Reed accidentally menued into 6A, I guess. That's rough. Meta now has a few rooms advantage. With that said, what is this play for? 1k binos?
Yeah, 1k binos is pretty pivotal at this point. If Reed loses that, they lose all access to columns 4 and 5. So this is definitely an execution race for that. And then it also allows Reed to go for the later gem objective.
Well, Reed can just go 4B, right? Oh, well, no, you need to go to Summit anyway.
I don't know. As Reed, it's a tough read, as it were. If you can get everything in columns 1 and 2, you only need 3 other objectives. But that is very difficult. 9 Winged requires late Summit access. All Berries in 3,000 meters requires late Summit access. So you sort of have to be here at some point anyway.
You have to go to Summit no matter what. But then you know that Meta's probably going to go for 1k binos right now, right? There's not really anything else that you expect him to go for. Maybe Top Root and Hollows, and maybe 1 and 5. But even for 1 and 5, it would be good for Meta to be in Summit.
Yeah.
So if you expect Meta in Summit here, maybe your play is to go to Ridge B side first, and then just start playing Summit and tick off Ridge B late, something like that, because you pretty much expect Meta to be here, so you can give yourself some time based off of the tick-offs of potentially all binos in 1k or 1 bino in 5 chapters. You could also look for the 1 bino in 5 lockout, right?
That's a pretty significant objective, yeah. Especially because you can combo that with 2 keys in 5B. You can sort of expect Meta to be in Summit right now, and as Reed, like, if you're getting 1 and 5, you're probably playing 5A, 5B. Right now, don't think Reed has the 3-8 cassette. I may be mistaken though.
I actually think it would be really good for Reed to be going 5A, 5B right now, right? Because you get 1 bino 5, 2 keys, and 5B. Then you can go back for 4B and get Ridge B side and 2 binos and 4 chapters, right?
Wow, yeah, that's really strong. You're right. This summit contest may not be the play. That being said, the players are in the same room. It turns blue though. Quite a bit of stream delay here. Oh my goodness, this must have been another really close lockout. That 6A hesitation ended up costing... Wait, what? Oh, okay. So Meta ticked it as Reed came up there and heads to the right to get more summit progress. That makes some sense.
Yeah, Meta's the one that's delayed. Reed is not.
Right. So we see Meta head into 6A. I don't know that I like this play.
Unreasonable. Well, actually, yeah, you're right.
There's one thing here.
Wait. There is one thing here, but where do you think Reed is? Reed either was behind you in Summit, or was trying to get 1 bino in 5 chapters and 2 keys in 5B.
Oh, Reed consistently making the wrong call.
Not making the lightning reads here.
I guess not.
I don't know what to say. I think if you're meta, you should be expecting Reed to be trying to get... I mean, I feel like this is just good for meta, because if Reed is here and doing top root hollows, then you can still get 1 bino in 5 here, right? And you can get the heart as well. You can get 6 hearts, 5 hearts off the board. I'm not sure.
Going for the bino.
I mean, you don't even need to get... Go ahead.
This does still work towards 1 in 5, yeah. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe you need this chapter for 1 in 5 as Reed?
I don't think so, because Reed has... What? Reed has the 2A bino, has access to 4B, has 4A bino. So you get it with 5A, 5B, 4B, right?
Reed quitting out. Okay.
I mean,
you
also had the Summit bino. So you don't even need 4B. You would get it in 5B anyway.
Reed checking binos. I didn't see what they had there. Somebody in chat can let us know.
Oh, did they not get the 2A bino?
Apparently not.
That's pretty big.
Well, at the same time, Reed did quit out and is not contesting top route hollows.
That's at least good. But I'm saying that's pretty big for the conversation we were having earlier about the using 1 binos in 5 chapters to contest the deeper part of the board.
Yeah. But it looks like they'll be getting it now, because they have 2A, 4A, 6A, and then we'll be going to 5B. I think this works out well for Reed, and they should have the lead towards it, because Meta does not have the 5A cassette yet.
Yeah, this could work out really well. We're gonna, like you said, 1 bino in 5, 2 keys in 5B, and then 2 binos in 4 chapters is pretty easily favored for them, right?
Because of 3B access?
3B, 4B access.
Well, Meta has 4B access as well. At this point, Meta might end up going to 3A. Oh no, we see a bino play.
Okay.
So Meta has 6A,
reasonable.
7A, 4A. Ooh, does Reed win 1 in 5? They're gonna need to play fast. If they end up getting the keys in 5B, they might lose it.
Wait, they got 6A bino, right?
Yeah. Oh wait,
so they have
this is the 5th
6A,
chapter.
7A, 2A. 6A, 7A, 2A, 4A. Yeah, this is the 5th
Right.
chapter.
Okay, my bad. I failed the counting challenge.
And 1 bino in 5, 2 keys in 5B, and then you just go 4B, right?
I feel like Meta probably should have gone to 1B for this. Like, isn't that faster to get your bino?
That's true. Did Meta have the cassette?
No, but I think even if you
But
don't,
it's fast. Yeah.
Reed getting 1 in 5, that they pretty much needed that to stay in the game. I think.
I think Reed might still have been able to win it, right? Or would Meta have gotten it?
Don't know.
Would have been close.
Now we probably see a 5B play from Reed. Yep, this makes sense. At some point, meta heads into 3A start for Orb and Pico, and all berries and start at 3A. So as Reed, you need to be keeping that in the back of your mind. Like, when do I head back there for my home field objectives, as it were? But I think now is not the time. So I think this is a good call from Reed.
Yeah, meta has been playing defensively on his side of the board pretty much the entire time. Like, maybe you count top root and hollows as not being that, but it's very barely anything because it's not really increasing the amount of space that he has on the board. So it's interesting to see how this plays out. Reed, again, this entire time has been doing objectives, or been looking for these objectives that are deep on the board. From 1 bind and 5, we're going 2 keys in 5B, and presumably either 2 and 4 or a ridge B side or something like this. But like you said, it's reasonable to go back for those safe objectives first. We do have 6 hearts and 5 hearts there as well, which I wouldn't be surprised to see meta go for now. Reed going into Summit, I guess, to get a second Bino? Or...
No, they had the 1K binos already.
Oh, okay.
What is this
Did
for?
they get all of them or just 2?
Or did they not unlock one? No, they unlocked 1K. Winged? Ooh, 9 winged? That's not something you can do now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm uncertain about this play. And then meta's going to 4B, and it's gonna get the 2. Maybe we'll get 2 biomes and 4 and ridge B side, and then it's looking rough for Reed, right? And this is gonna get meta really close to 5 hearts, 6 hearts as well, right?
Meta has what hearts? Meta doesn't have very many hearts.
Well, he just got 2B. He can get 2A, 4A relatively quickly.
He has 4A.
Quickly. Oh, he has 4A? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, 5 hearts is pretty quick here with 2A, 1A, right?
You need to get 6 hearts first,
right.
though.
My bad.
Oh,
6A heart is also fast.
Yeah, this could end up being pretty significant then, if he does make that call. So we'll see what Reed goes into here. What?
Reed
Okay, return to map. Return to map early before collecting that.
Oh, that is unlucky. I don't know, this is 6 winged? Maybe this is like, okay, trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. Reed thinks, should expect off of the 2 keys and 5B tickoff that meta feels that he should probably be going for 2 binos and 4 chapters and ridge B side, right? So Reed probably expects meta to go into 4B off of that, and so probably doesn't want to contest that, and so is looking for something else to contest on the board. 5 hearts and 6 hearts is strong, but without the ability to combo that with the ridge B side, maybe Reed believes there's more value out of this play, especially because they're able to do it with the start of 3A berries, as we're seeing right now. Which I'm glad they're getting the start of 3A berries at the moment. I think it's a good time to go for it. Granted, meta's not going for it right this second, but it could happen at any moment with no tickoffs on the board. But now we see 2 binos and 4 chapters get ticked off.
Okay, I see a win con for Reed, and this works. Okay,
what's the win con?
Obviously they're targeting 9 winged, right? So 9 winged requires play into Deep Summit, and so all berries in 3,000 meters and 2K and 2.5K gems immediately come to mind. With meta not really knowing Reed's Summit progress, that's a pretty strong thing to have in your pocket as something to do. And so, in addition to that, you get all berries and start at 3A, which they're going for now, and it's a good thing they did, as we see meta head into 3A. And then they can also get Orb and Pico 8. And so, with all berries and start at 3A and Orb and Pico, you've got 3 in your first 2 columns, and then you don't need more than 3, because column 3, you can only get 3 objectives. And so you've already got all of the access you need to the board, and then the only other things you need are in Summit and 15 berries and 4 chapters, which you should have a lead towards, because there's been almost no berry tick-offs this entire game. So Reed wins with 3A, 7A, and ARP.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, yeah, I see it.
And I don't know how you contest this as meta. If Reed goes Orb and Pico, like, you have to play Summit. Their Summit progress is tied right now. So, like, meta can contest gems if he makes the read. Quitting out?
Yeah, I mean...
What? Wait. What just happened? You didn't finish start. Oh, wait, no. They played 3A first pass. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Missed a berry?
I think they might have missed a berry.
Got turned around on which player I was watching there. Do they lose?
No, they can't, right? Because meta still needs to get Pico first anyway.
Oh, you're right. Above the ocean. Okay, yeah, so they just forgot to do this berry here above this cutscene. So then they need to go Pico after this. And like, oh, do you make the call?
What, to go Pico?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, right?
Progress is tied into it right now.
Well...
And they go Summit.
Okay, if you lose Pico, is it still winnable?
No.
You need to get Ridge B side or 5 hearts or 6 hearts. I mean, in order to get 6... Well, I'm lost. Wait, Reed didn't tick off. I guess you don't have to, because meta has to do Orb and Pico, so you have a certain amount of time.
Oh man, though, if meta goes Pico though, and then ticks off both,
then it's GG, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any reason to delay this, to be honest. Maybe to get an advantage into Summit, but once you're loaded in, that's it. Just tick it off. Don't let yourself forget about it.
So, Reed losing Pico, they need something like 5 hearts. And do they have the access? They have... I don't know what hearts they have.
Meta's getting scary amounts of progress in Pico right now. Oh.
Right, they have 4 blue hearts. Oh, you just need 6 heart for 5 hearts? Oh my gosh.
Reed, please tick it off.
9 winged and berries and start of 3A.
Reed ticked it off at the perfect time.
Wow.
I mean, not perfect. I guess they could have delayed like a few more seconds. Well, actually, meta has stream delay, so I can't say for certain. But that feels like the perfect timed delay to me.
And now you can't keep playing Summit. Like, you need 5 hearts.
Oh, wait. Was Reed waiting until they got the 9th winged?
Apparently, yeah. I don't know if the delay was necessary.
I think that was incredibly risky of them. Like, what if meta had delayed 2 binos and 4?
I don't know. Oh, Reed not quitting out for 5 hearts? Maybe they quit out after this gem? They can't know where meta is. It's been a long time since he's ticked anything. About 5 minutes. This is such a close invasion game. Not quitting out. Ooh, boy. If meta gets Orb and Pico and 5 hearts, I think it's GG.
Does meta have his 5th heart?
Reed recognizes and goes hollows. Oh my god. Get the Orb and Pico.
Wait, how does meta not have 5 hearts yet?
Because he hasn't played 1A or 4A or 2A hearts.
Oh god, go get the hearts. It's too late. LightningReed's gonna get it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. But even if meta had gotten it before, it just means that he would have gotten 2 Pico later.
Well, but that's fine.
But then he should have just gone 6 hearts, 5 hearts, right? But then Reed could have gotten Pico, but then Reed didn't go Pico. Aha!
This mid-game, end-game state was really interesting. A lot of players had a lot of options. Meta may call GG here.
Reed marks off 5 hearts. I don't think you have to call GG.
You don't. Not yet.
You need to get one of the summit objectives or 15 berries in 4 chapters.
Yeah. And like you can expect Reed to be in Summit for a while. So 15 and 4 is snipeable for sure. As is 6 Hearts.
Oh. Meta.
That death is really annoying for when Meta got there.
Yeah. That was pretty unfortunate for Meta.
Reed playing
why,
the DLC
why is
rooms.
Meta competing, Oh wait, is this a 6 Hearts play?
Yeah, it works towards Hearts.
Wait,
of course.
yeah, you get Ridge B side. What am I
This is
saying?
one of
Ridge
his,
B-side
this is one of his faster Hearts.
Wait, hold on. Reed is at 10. That's 13. I don't know. The thing is, do you expect Reed to be in Ridge B side right now? I mean, I think the answer is maybe.
This is one of Meta's faster Hearts left, Dako.
Yeah, but I don't think you can go for 6 Hearts right now, right?
Hey, dude.
I guess you.
Arbin Hearts gets you to 13 as Meta.
You're right. You're right. If you get 6 Hearts off the board, I guess Reed has to go for 6 Hearts, right?
Meta,
Where do you
I
get
think
your 6th Heart as Reed?
A B-side. Or 5A. 5A, I guess, is the fastest one on the board left.
This is a confusing endgame board state, honestly.
Oh, Meta and Summit! No! You can't win with this! What?
Yeah,
You're
but
so
what
far
if
behind.
Reed was going for 6 Hearts?
They're not. If they were, it would be ticked off.
That's true.
It's been 2 minutes.
Oh, God.
As Meta, you have to go 6 Hearts. He has 2 B-sides done and access to like 4 quick hearts in A-sides? It's scary, but I expect Reed to... Oh, man.
Actually, maybe what you do... No, that doesn't make sense. It's not sound.
Yeah, Meta just not making the right endgame call here.
You could do Summit Arb and or just like get progress berries in Summit so that you're working towards 15 and 4 while
not getting
being
them,
able to go towards those. But yeah, he's not doing that. I don't know.
You have to know that Reed had this Summit.
Well, there's the
access.
tick off from Reed. It's not delayed at all. So Meta still has an opportunity to go do other things. If Reed commits to 3K, which probably they do, right? Well,
I think they
I don't
go
know.
Arb after this.
Yeah. The thing is, Meta could win it by just continuing to 3K if this is like a 50-50 basically, right? Reed needs both 15 and 4, and well, actually, Reed can just go get 6 Hearts.
Reed can
I don't
do
know.
all of the 3 remaining objectives, and Meta is
Maybe
working towards...
is Reed. Maybe you just go 5A. You play 5A Arb and get the heart.
That is a very strong play. Depths Berries is super strong as Reed. I'm almost surprised we didn't see a quit out at that gem. But this progress does make sense.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense because you have the opportunity to go for 3K berries as your win condition as well, and you want to leave the board open when you're in the advantaged position. So you want to have the opportunity to go for every objective if you can. And Reed definitely is in the driver's seat right now.
Meta quitting out. We'll see what Reed does here.
Reed surely quits out here. There's no way you commit to 3K berries, because if your opponent commits to 3K berries at the moment, you win off of playing 5A, right? Oh, but Reed commits. Wait, hang on. Could Reed go get the early gems? I know this is stupid, but like, no, that would take way too long, right?
That's just,
You just
all
go
you need
5A.
is 6A heart. You just need, 5A heart, right? Meta, this is not a fast heart for you. This works.
Is this? I feel like you could go to 1B faster, right? Or 5A. Wait, does he have 5A?
You just do 1, 2, 4, 6A. Like, that's all you need.
Does he not? Oh, he doesn't have those. Wait, what? I'm just assuming that he has those hearts already.
No. He has so many fast A-side hearts that he just hasn't got. Because he did... What B-sides? He did 4B? Did he... Actually, did he play any other B-sides?
He played 4B, 2B.
2B, right. for 2 and 4. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing in 3A. Like, you're not even getting berries. So I think what happens here is, since Meta spent some time in Summit and isn't getting berries here, I think he just loses the 15 and 4 race after they both clean up 6 hearts and 3K. I think that's what ends up happening here.
Where do you go now as Meta?
Hearts.
Yeah, you get 6 hearts, and then Reed gets the last 2, and it's GG.
Yep.
I mean,
Wow,
I guess
what a
maybe we
match.
see a 15 and 4 race, but yeah.
I think Reed is significantly advantaged towards that.
Yeah, especially since you do get to have the synergy here with the all berries in 3K, and you do of course have all berries in start of 3A off the board.
Yep.
Granted, Meta does have some progress towards 1A berries, but that's not too slow for Reed to go back for.
Yep. As Meta, you really need to be getting berries here. Is this last heart? 3,000 meter berries for synergy and invasion. Yep, you never see that in lockout, but it works here.
Oh wow, what a game. There were so many times where I felt like one of the players was so favored, and it still ended up in what we presume will be a 13. I mean, yeah, it has to be a 13-12 at this point because Reed is committing to 3K berries, and Meta is nowhere near 3K. But Meta going to Summit.
Okay, Reed loses on a 5-minute delay. Meta may call GG after this tick here. Hard to know berry progress, but he only has like 15 total.
Now, surely you don't call GG on the off chance that you somehow get 15 and 4, right? Like, Meta's collecting berries right now, so he knows that he might have to go for 15 and 4. Reed hasn't ticked off all berries in 3K yet, but it might just be like... Yeah, you did see the 6 hearts tick off, but Meta could have been in Summit behind you, so you have at best like 1 checkpoint or 2 checkpoints maybe.
I think as Reed here, you do like a 2 or 3 minute delay in the hopes that your opponent is multitasking, because then it makes you much more favored for 15 and 4.
Yeah, that's like 2 checkpoints, right? As in like 2 checkpoints of Summit, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like taking it off as Meta enters 3K or something.
I don't know. I think you can be relatively safe in ticking it off after you finish 1A.
Yeah, agreed.
Is
Considering all the like the really slow A side and hard objectives that Meta had to do, he really shouldn't have many berries. What a match!
it was really close. I feel like Meta did have multiple opportunities to win this, but Reed also had the same and gave Meta a way back into the game. Like early on, I think that 2 optional Theo cutscenes, again, like if you think about it, if Reed had 2 optional Theo cutscenes with all other things being equal, which it honestly probably wouldn't be, but like with all other things being equal, if Reed had 2 optional Theo cutscenes, they probably win the match.
They have a much easier route into Calm 4 at that point. They don't need to replay a huge mess. They get 4 A sides. If Reed gets 2 optional Theo cutscenes, this match is very one-sided. As it is, with the current early game that we got, I think Meta's... Can it even be called a blunder, not getting 1 in 5 sooner? I don't know.
I'm
It feels like
surprised
Meta...
Reed is leaving 3K on the board still, by the way.
They're making a read that Meta didn't have gem access, and they're right.
I mean, this only works. This only. Sorry, I'm trying to compose my thought. This only works if Meta multitasks, right? Like, if Meta was doing berries, then you're going to lose anyway. And if meta is doing summit, then you're going to win anyway, right? So there's no need to delay any longer.
We see the tick off.
And there we go.
Probably delayed longer than it needed to be, but it still wasn't that close. So.
And meta, I guess, continues to get 15 there. Oh, maybe not.
Nah, they're real
Berries
slow.
and summit. Oh, that was 6, but okay, going for 1500 meter berries. It's still possible for meta, but incredibly unlikely. But I respect the refusal to GG off of that. I think you definitely give yourself the contest here, especially with the delay out of Reed. It's possible meta thinks that Reed just got it, but if that's the case, then Reed probably was doing berries beforehand. So you're probably behind for this regardless.
With this match ending shortly, I will mention that Retrisma in chat found this board, and then he and I looked it over, and it seemed pretty good. Balance starts, and then an interesting mid-game that wouldn't be too snowbally in most circumstances. So with Invasion, the generator isn't really that geared for it, so you got to be careful. In casual Invasion matches, it doesn't matter too much, but for a showcase like this, we wanted to make sure that the game was close, and I think we have succeeded in that. This was a really cool board to show. I hope it's been interesting for people. Invasion routing, there's like a whole nother layer on top of the already difficult lockout routing.
And this is actually my first time commentating an Invasion game, so hopefully I didn't get too lost there.
You've got enough game knowledge, and hopefully I was able to give you some context for some early game stuff.
I think it worked out well. Reed with 15 and 2 now. Oh, I thought they were gonna menu into 2B there. That might have given meta some time. Oh, meta with 14 in summit. Oh, Reed realizes they don't want to be in sweet right now. I don't know, maybe with a few more mismenus from Reed, the favor could turn back to meta.
I don't know about that one. Trying to think of... It sort of just seems like meta ended up letting Reed get too much in like late mid game, not early mid game.
Like you're saying, what could meta have done differently?
Yeah, I think like you need to either get the heart synergy or the 3A synergy, and then he just put off both of them for too long.
Yeah, I think a big thing is that meta played the entire mid game defensively, trying to stop LightningReed from getting the deep objectives. And what you could do instead, especially in a position where you had the early advantage, is you can get that deep space yourself, I think, and look for that 6 hearts, 5 hearts, like you said, or the Pico start berries.
Yeah, it's very easy for meta to get 2 objectives in columns 3 through 5, and then just go crazy on Reed's side of the board. It would have been a very different match, I think, if meta didn't play like into Summit or I don't know.
Like you look at this board and you see the orb and 6 hearts being blue, and it kind of boggles the mind that those are blue and somehow 5 hearts and start berries are purple.
Yeah, like meta played 2B early for binos, but then didn't end up getting 5 hearts out of it. So it's like, if you're playing 2B, I feel like you have to be getting that heart objective. So I think maybe that was maybe a misplay that he made in mid game.
At the same time, if you go for those, it's possible that Reed gets Ridge B side and 2 binos in 4 chapters.
Yeah. Very interesting. It feels like if we played this match 20 times, each outcome would be different. Like, think about how this started, right? Both players played Old Site Cassette Grabless 2A and did not tick either off until the end of the chapter. What a crazy opening. And then the rest of the match did not disappoint.
Yeah, and then meta, like, you think about the mid game, and meta had 2 optional Theo cutscenes early and then didn't really capitalize off of it.
Didn't dig into the left side of the board. There we go. The last tick off. What
Yeah,
a
GG.
match.
You should bring them in here for an interview. I'm curious to hear what their thoughts are on those
Definitely.
various points that we just pointed out.
Yeah, we've got the time for that. What a crazy match.
Yeah, beautiful.
Indeed. What a match.
Yeah, go ahead, Blue Eye, if you have something to say. Sorry.
Yeah, I was considering just filling up while we were waiting for them to join.